Alabama Outdoorsman. Today I'm going to be going over my tournament tackle, and this is just going to be part of it. I'm going to do this in either 2 or 3 parts because I don't want it to get too long. So today is just going to be all my planos and hard baits, and then the next one will be like soft plastics and then rods and reels I use. So let's get into it. This is just my tournament tackle. I have my bag that I take up to Troy with me to fish. I'll link that in the video below, and then I also have stuff to restock all this pretty much. So let's get into it. Alright, my first box is, these are my crankbaits that I take with me, and all my boxes are labeled at the end and then on the sides, and then all of them are Bass Mafia, either coffins or caskets. Alright, so at the top I have my 1XDs right here, 2XDs here and here, or just that size, 2.5 inches. Just in different ones. Over here I have all my Rapalas, so I got some DT 14s, 10s, 6s, and then right here's all my Strike Kings, so let's see, 3XD, and then got a 5XD. Over here got 6XDs. Then right over here got my Spros, and then over here got, these are Lucky Strike or something like that. And that's all the crankbaits that I carry with me. Unless we're going to like a majority cranking lake, and then I'll switch the boxes out and stuff. This next box is my topwater box. So up top I have all my walking baits, have just a hand painted Sammy, Super Spook Jr., Whopper Plopper. Then I have 2 rats, got the Spro rat, and then also have I don't even know what company this is, but it's a huge rat. Then below that got the frogs, got a bunch of hollow body frogs, got the Bass Munitions soft frogs right here, got the Picasso shad, can't remember the name for it. I think these are discontinued now, walking shad I think. Have some ribbits and more ribbits right here. And then right here have some Kitech noisy flappers. Great subtle frog, so if it's not very windy, I'll use one of these, and if it's real windy, and I'll use a ribbit because it's got the paddle tails. Alright, so the next box I have is my jig box, and I wish I had more space to bring, you know, like separate these jigs and bring more of like different colors and stuff, but I deal with what I have. So up top is, these are 3/8 ounce and these are 1/2 ounce. The 3/8 ounce are mostly Bayou Bug jigs, and just a ton of different colors. And then over here's Kitech jigs. These are the Model 1s, I think. And they are these are tungsten jigs. So they're somewhat of a finesse jig because how small they are. Let's see if one without a skirt on it. Well, there's one without the trailer on it, and then there's a 3/8 ounce with lead. So as you can see, it's a lot smaller of a jig, which I like. Then over here have some Picasso punching jigs. These are sharpshooter jigs. and then have some finesse jigs and stuff like that. So it's kind of a miscellaneous pile up here. Then over here have some Picasso 3/8 ounce jigs. They all have rattles on them. These are spider jigs. And then just some random jigs right here, some bass munition jigs. And then over here just some more random jigs, some darker jigs that go, and then some spare skirts in case I got to change some out. Then I get into all of my chatterbaits. So got the this is the Picasso ones right here. So I got the shock blades. This whole thing right here is all shock blades pretty much. And then over here got just different, got some chatterbaits, got some new jigs, or new tech chatterbaits. And then over here just have some, can't remember that, rage blades, which are better for hitting stumps and stuff, because that weight will just knock up over it. Alright, and then over here have my swim jigs, several Picassos. I got rattles on most of them. Bayou Bug one, another Picasso down there. And then over here just have some random football jigs for fishing deeper water. Alright, in the next box I'm going to get into is just my treble hooks. I got a bunch of different split rings, a couple different size treble hooks in case I got to change out some hooks or somebody I know has to. And then in this bag I keep all my spinner baits and buzz baits. White spinner baits, unskirted spinner baits, black buzz baits, chartreuse buzz baits, white buzz baits, more white buzz baits, natural colored spinner baits, chartreuse spinner baits, black and blue spinner baits, and then white spinner baits. And then the next box is my jerkbait box, and this has more than just jerkbaits in it. Alright, so the top has just several different types of jerkbaits, some Rapalas, some I just unboxed that and I don't even know what it is. And then over here is just some pointers. Got 3 pointers. Then some Rapala shadow wraps, I think, or whatever they're called. Then some Man's Baby 1 minuses. Then I got all my deep diving jerkbaits, and that's a deep diving pointer. Then over here have all my lipless. So I got some red-eyed shad, some rattle traps, different stuff like that. And then over here just have some finesse jerkbaits. Alright, in this box I have all my terminal tackle. I switched to this box because you can hold a lot more stuff in it. I used to have all my hooks and weights and everything like that in a different box, or in different boxes. And as a co-angler, carrying 2 extra boxes instead of just one, one's a lot better. And this box is waterproof. Have the mesh netting up top to keep everything from going into different compartments. Alright, so up here in the top row I have my 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, and 5/0 EWG hooks. Then these two this one right here, 3/0, 4/0, and 5/0 round bend hooks. And the next one I just have a bunch of different, this one's 3/0 flipping hooks, and then 5/0 flipping hooks. Then all my Trocar drop shot hooks. And the next is wacky rigged hooks, weightless and non-weighted. And then the last one's frog hooks and non-weighted swim bait hooks. Then over here have some finesse shaky head. These are Picasso, and they're made out of tungsten. Then the next one's a bunch of spot remover shaky heads, and then some deep, real heavy Bayou Bug ones. And then the next box is some wobble heads. But what I like about these is Bayou Bug came out with some wobble heads. You can put any hook on it you want. So you just connect it with the little clasp right there to any hook you have. Then these two are 3/0 and 5/0 owner of Flashy Swimmers, and what I use for all my Kitex. And then 3/0 and 5/0 Trocar weighted swim bait hooks. And then just different regular jig heads that I have. And then a chatterbait head. And in these are a bunch of Flambeau tabs, which are rust inhibitors. You can get those from Tackle Warehouse. Then the next is a trailer hook, or trailer hooks, and then the next is shroom heads for whatever they're called. Then I have some screw locks that you can put on any hook, a double-legged frog hook, a bunch of different punch skirts, and then some bobber stops. And then these are just knockers, so tungsten knockers, and then some metal beads, glass beads, swivels. Then got some humdingers, which go in the back of like Senkos and stuff. Some Carolina rig weights, some 3/16 1/4 ounce drop shot weights, and then over here is just some bullet weights, or not bullet weights, but nail weights. And then down here I have all my bullet weights labeled. This whole thing to right here is bullet weights. So I got 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, 3/8, and half in lead bullet weights, and most of those are Picassos. And then 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, and 3/8 tungsten ones, and those are all Picassos. And then have a these are 3/4 ounce flipping weights, then 1 ounce flipping weights, and then 2 ounce flipping weights. And that is all for my Plano boxes. Thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for part 2 of this video, which will be soft plastics.